Hey, what's going on, Aquarius? Butch here. I am going to do the remainder of July read. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Aquarius for July 2023? What message do we have for Aquarius? All right, Aquarius. The first thing I see is I feel like this is someone, this energy that's coming toward you is someone that you already know. And I feel like this is someone from your past. Now, with this person, I feel like you had an incredible connection with this person. And I feel like the closer you got, that's when all hell broke loose. You know, when things started getting serious, I feel like that's when the chaotic energy started. Now, it wasn't because they didn't feel the same way. It was actually it wasn't because they didn't feel the same way, it's because they did feel the same way. Now let me explain. You know, this chaotic energy, I feel like this person started causing issues. I feel like this person got very defensive. You know, I feel like this person got very controlling with that King of Swords in reverse. You know, I feel like this person got very jealous. The reason all this happened is because they fell. They fell for you. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but it will. Now, they started to fight this connection. They got scared. Simple as that. They were terrified when they started to fall for you. And they weren't terrified of you. They were terrified of the feelings they had towards you. It scared the shit out of them. And they started, that's when the fighting started. That's when the chaotic energy started. That's when that defensive energy came into play. You know, I feel like this person was completely out of balance. You know, I feel like they were all over the place. They were dealing with a lot. And I feel like that's when it was almost like self-sabotaging. That's what they were doing. They started this. Once they felt that true love for you, you know, we had that new love. Everything was going good. And on your side, it was going where you wanted to go. On their side, they weren't ready for it. It scared the shit out of them knowing that they needed someone. Knowing that they wanted someone. Because they were so out of balance. You know, I feel like they were dealing with a lot. They were juggling a lot. You know, they had way too much on their plate. And so it was almost like they thought they would fail. So instead of failing, instead of you seeing them as a failure and you leaving them eventually, that's how they saw it, they felt like they'd end it. That's why they started doing all these things to push you away. Defensiveness, the jealousy, the controlling. All these things they knew would push you away. Because they were scared of losing you. And I know a lot of people are thinking like doesn't make any sense. And the reason why it doesn't make sense to some people is because you don't think it that way. You know, this person closed themselves off to you. They put themselves in a self-imposed prison. You know, instead of you leaving them on your terms, it was almost like they were trying to get you to leave on their terms. And it worked. But moving forward, that's one of their biggest failures. That's one of their biggest regrets. Their biggest regret is losing you. Their biggest regret, they screwed this up. And they know they screwed it up. They knew when they were doing it, they were screwing it up. But I feel like now that they got their balance back, now that they finally found themselves, now that they matured, because I feel like they were emotionally immature before as well. That's why a lot of people do this self-sabotage, because they're emotionally insecure. You know, they're emotionally immature. You know, when you're not ready for something, some people suck it up and go after it, whether or not they're ready for it. And some people run like hell, and this is what this person did. But they did it in the worst possible way. And that's their biggest regret. You know, that anxiety is killing them. You know, figuratively, not literally, but sometimes for them it feels like literally. So, what we have moving forward is I feel like this person is going to come back, and they're opening up communication with you. And I feel like this person is going to chase you and chase you till they make this right, because they can't not make it right. They know they screwed up. They know they screwed it up. And it's eating at them. And the only way to make it right is to make it right. So this person, I do feel like this person is going to come open up communication with you. They're going to reach out to you. And I feel like they're not going to give up till you see what they saw, till you understand what they did. And hopefully, in all that, they can make you see things in a different perspective and possibly give them another chance. This person just wants to grab you and be with you. And what you saw from this person, from the beginning to the point when and things started falling apart, that was who they were. Who you were falling for was who they were. But when that chaotic energy started, that was them putting on a facade. That was them putting on a mask. That was them trying to push you away. And they want to be very clear of that's what they were doing. And they're going to try to make it make sense to you. Make it make sense to you. This person's going to put a lot of work in. Like I said, they're not going to give up. They're going to put a lot of work in to make this right, because they want to be back in that happy place. They were happy with you. They just didn't know how to live in a happy place. I just talked about this, actually. You know, what they did made them feel defeated. Gave them that anxiety, that anxious energy. They want... Everything's sticking to me. You know, this person is going to be very honest from this point forward. They're going to want to build trust with you. They're going to want you to know... You know, like I said, I feel like they're going to be very open and honest. Even about the things that that doesn't put a very good light on them, they're going to be honest about that. They're going to tell you why they pushed you away. And it's all, they're going to do it all to get back to that happy place. That emotional fulfillment they felt when they were with you, when they were next to you. The happiness they felt being around you and with you. You know, they want that warmth. You know, that, like in the sun card, the warmth of the sun warming them up. They want that back. They lost it. No, correction. They threw it away. And they know they did. They know they screwed up. And now it's on them to make it right. And that's what they're doing. I do feel like their energy is very genuine. I feel like there's no maliciousness to this. I feel like they're just trying to make it right. They felt and they feel that you're the one that they're meant to be with. We all make mistakes. Theirs happen to be a little bit more than most. But everything they're doing from this point on is to build that foundation with you, to earn that trust, to get back into that place. It's a do-over. And I truly believe this person I do truly believe this person this is their biggest regret. They screwed it up. It's on them. There's nothing you need to do here. They're going to want to make it right. And they will chase you because they want to be with you. They wanted to be with you before. But I feel like I said, I feel like it's a plethora of things. I mean, they were feeling out of balance. Everything was out of balance. They were juggling too much. They were dealing with too much on their, they had too much on their plate. And they made poor decisions. But the one positive thing that I can say about this person, from what I can see, is they want to make it right. They have to make it right. And even if you don't forgive them, they have to try. Now, I'm not going to say you should forgive them. All I'm going to tell you is that it is an authentic, very authentic energy coming from this person. They're very remorseful. They're ready for the next step. And you're the one they want to take that step with. They want to get back to their happy place. With you was their happy place. You'd be surprised how many people screw shit up that they know they shouldn't screw up. With this person, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Scorpio energy in there as well. Also a little bit of Capricorn. The thing is that that's why life, we have time. And as long as we have air in our lungs, as long as we have a heartbeat, there's always a chance to make it right. Sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we get it drastically wrong. My best friend's parents, they broke up. His dad was a bad alcoholic. So my friend, his dad died, or his dad's brother died when they were young, and he started drinking. And he met his wife. He stopped drinking for a little bit. And then he started drinking again. She gave him an ultimatum. Go get help or I'm leaving. He didn't. And it took him probably 10 years after that to get it right, to finally quit drinking. And they both were with different people during that time. And then he went to her one day and he told her that he missed her and that he was sorry. And this is after he's been sober for a few years. I mean, he was in a good place. And he said, I want to try again. And they've been together ever since. And they've been happy. Sometimes it's not who you're with that's the wrong person. It's the situation that you're in is the wrong situation. You don't always get it right the first time. But like I said, as long as you have a heartbeat, there's a chance. And if you love someone, you'll do anything for them. But talk is cheap. So if you love someone, do it. Don't just think it. Don't just say, hey, I'll take a bullet for you. Not that you're going to have an opportunity most times to take a bullet for someone, but don't say things. You know, I feel like there's more value in actions than there is in words. You know, I can say all the nice things, but if I can't do them, what are the words worth? But like I said, they had a second chance. You know, and it's nice to see that. It's nice to see that they're happy together. You know, it's weird. It's a weird situation because my buddy, you know, there was that span where they weren't together. Now all of a sudden, you know, he went through. His mom had a couple boyfriends. His dad had a couple girlfriends in that time, and he sees them at their lowest, and he sees them now. And it's a ripple effect. It makes him happier in life. He goes to his parents' house. You know, he sees his dad in a different light. But that really doesn't... It does... You know, it is, to an extent, that is part of this read. Obviously, it's a different situation. Everybody's situation is different. But it's an example that just because we got it wrong doesn't mean we have to live with it. Because there's always a chance to make it right if you're willing to do it. And this person is willing to make it right. They're willing to put in the work, not knowing if you'll ever forgive them, not knowing if you'll ever talk to them again. They still aren't going to give up. If you love someone, don't let them go. Simple as that. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.